This video is a CGL production, was made for the lovely Miss Leatherwood, and was made possible by viewers like you. Thank you. This is where it begins. A few years ago, my dad left me with his girlfriend, who was married to another man. Last year, she died and her husband took her inheritance. 4 days ago, my cousin, the only person left in my family to take care of us, killed himself. I was 15 years old and I was an orphan. That means no school, no friends, just grind time. I worked for a merchant named Nicholas Kruger. We traded amongst the islands in the Caribbean and the British colonies that would later be known as the United States. Noting my talents in writing and speaking, he sent me to New York, where I'd finally attend school at King's College. Today, it's known as Columbia University.
Congratulations, Alexander.
And this, my friends, is where the story really begins.
I hereby dub thee Lieutenant Colonel Hamilton.
I served under the great General Washington in the Revolutionary War, and I later became a translator for him in negotiations with the French. I served in Congress for 8 months. But after I lost my private fortune, I practiced law in New York and defended unpopular loyalists. June of 1874, I was defending loyalist Joshua Waddington against Elizabeth Ruckers. She was demanding $8,000 in rent, but my clients had been staying in her brewery under the authority of Great Britain. That was where I met him.
Your Honor, my client has every right to demand reparations from Mr. Waddington due to the passing of the Trespass Act last year. The United States won the war, and dirty loyalists like that man must pay.
Objection, Your Honor! This man is making claims towards my client that have nothing to do with the argument.
Sustained!
Your Honor, the United States must adopt a forgive and forget policy, or we have no hope of securing future relations with Britain. If we are constantly punishing loyalist merchants like Mr. Waddington here, never again will we profit from their business.
Mr. Burr, I've got 2 friends in this world, justice and God. And last time I checked, it's not Sunday! Mr. Waddington, that's $8,000 in a letter of apology to Mrs. Rutgers.
He went on to beat my father in a senatorial election, and that is where our legendary rivalry begins. 6 years later, I helped write the Federalist Papers, and a year after that, I became the first ever Secretary of Treasury. Basically changed the nation forever, but you know, it's cool. That paper I'm holding right there, that's Washington's farewell address. I wrote it. In the 4th presidential election to ever take place, there was a tie between my old political rival Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr. Jefferson wasn't in my party, but I would be damned if I let Burr become my president. So I did what any man with my kind of power would do, and I subtly influenced Congress to vote for Jefferson, and you all know what happened after that.
Sir, you lost. Jefferson won.
A loser.
Vice President? Vice President? Hamilton ruined me, and I'm gonna kill him for it. I am no one's second man. God, these are really long stairs. What a lovely home. It's too bad the owner will be dead. Oh, I just missed it. Damn.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot allow your further interference in my future political matters. I hereby propose a duel on the 11th of July at the dueling grounds of Weehawken, New Jersey, the same place your dearest son was killed 3 years ago.
I hate this guy, but I ain't no chicken. And so there I arrived on the 11th of July, with my most macho haircut and coolest outfit. Unbeknownst, I was heading to my fate.
What? No, hold on, I'll just come over there. I'm coming.
You just couldn't let it go, could you? I beat your dad in that senatorial election, and you've been sabotaging my political career ever since. Try your pistol over me, man. Hamilton. Can't help yourself, can you? You suck.
I was a criminal that day, the only vice president to be tried for murder.
War with Spain is inevitable, my brothers.
Apparently, when you kill a man, people don't want to listen to you in Congress. And after that, I was charged with treason for a conspiracy to capitalize on the war with Spain. But I have my ways. Do you want to form an alliance with me?
Absolutely, I would. I hereby find the defendant, Aaron Burr, not guilty.
I knew there was no place in the States for me anymore. I had to get out. And I had just the perfect plan on how to do it.
Break off from the U.S. and governor.
I'll become governor of New York. Hamilton haunted me from beyond the grave as I lost once more in an election. I tried to start a revolution in Mexico, and I failed. I went to Sweden, Germany, Denmark, and Paris, France.
Please, Napoleon, I need help in America.
I tried to restore America to its former colonial glory by convincing Napoleon to set his sights on our nation. And I failed. I tried returning to my law practice in New York.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
In 1833, I married again, but even that failed. My whole life, I've been a loser. A tyrannical, evil loser. Some might even say a villain, perhaps an antagonist. An antagonist to whom, you may ask? That could be Alexander Hamilton, who could possibly be a hero or a protagonist. But I digress, because I am dead.
Certain creative liberties were taken in the creation of this film.